Hey guys, welcome to SoundPure. I'm Barry from the drum department here, and today we're going to talk about drumheads. One of our frequently asked questions is, what's the best drumhead out there? Now, it's a tough question to ask, or a tough question to answer, because I mean, it really is going to depend on your ears, what you want from your sound. So drumheads are typically 50% of your drum sound, and the shell being 20 to 30% of it. So drumheads are easily one of the cheapest and fastest ways that you can manipulate your own drum sound. So, you know, each manufacturer of the majors, the Aquarian, the Evans, and Remo all offer comparable styles and thicknesses in terms of drum head offerings. So you have to kind of understand where you want your sound to go. Do you want a lighter, brighter sound, or you want a heavier and thuddier sound? There's a lot of guys that like to hear more of the drum and less of the drum head, and there's a lot of guys that don't want that overtone. They don't want that ring and that sound. So these are these kind of questions you kind of have to answer. What I did want to show you guys, though, is a lot of the times there's consistency issues or things that you have to listen for that makes this set a little bit more cohesive. And this is only to guys that are playing the 2-ply heads typically. Single plies are pretty consistent across the board, so it's a matter of what frequency response you really want. In my experience, I found that the Aquarian and the Evans tend to be a little bit more flat response, and the Remo tends to be a little bit brighter. So if you're a guy that really likes having every ounce of energy, the Remo is probably going to be the better fit for you. For session stuff, I think that the low drop off or the high drop off on the Evans and the Aquarian tend to be better suited there and not necessarily on the live. But again, this is all going to be personal preference. So what I've got here are actually one example of each. This is the Aquarian Response 2, the Evans G2, and then the Remo Emperor. Now these are the thinnest 2-plies that these guys currently offer, and yield probably some of the best tuning results if you have to go to the 2-ply. Again, for some of you guys that really want to get into that heavier, flatter sound, then you're going to have, those heads are going to have to. You're going to have to look at those at a slightly different way. So just kind of give you a kind of idea what I'm talking about in terms of characteristics. This is the Remo. This is the Response 2 from Aquarian. This is the Evans G2. And this is the Remo Emperor. So again, this is 50% of your sound. So if it doesn't sound great here, it's definitely not going to sound great on your drums. So keep that in mind. Now also, as you're picking out heads, and now a lot of the manufacturers have decided to put these kind of packs together. It's a nice way to get everything in one stop. Problem is that you can't hear them as a cohesive set. So as you're putting a set together, I've been burnt so many times, you know, spent all my money on a Saturday and time trying to put a kit together, only to find one dead head in the batch. So this is kind of something that you have to consider. So you want to find a shop that has multiple heads that you can pitch together and makes your set sound like a set and not like 5, 6 completely different drums. So this is just a sampling of a G2 that you would find off the shop. And again, this is the differences that you're going to hear. So again, this is just one random sampling, and this is some of the things that you're looking for. To me, this is a little flat. This has a little bit more vibrancy. And so again, what you're going to try and do is pitch all of your drum heads to kind of one sound that you particularly like. I hope you found this very informative. If you have any questions, give us a shout.